Hello, everyone. This is your loving podcast personality as well as TV personality and best selling author Dr. Afshan Hashmi, live from a studio in Rockville, Maryland, USA. And this program will come under Dr. Afshan Hashmi's doco series, and it will be syndicated worldwide to 300 million listeners. And so, if you want to give me sponsorship for this program, please contact me at afshan at drafshanhashmi.com. And also, folks, I will give the link where you can see my other doco series and the web page of doco series. And I also interview authors and celebrities and everyone who wants to come and chat with me and tell about themselves. But before diving in into the program, I want to remind you that these are my two books. The first one is The Modern Mughal Mentality, New Strategies to Succeed in India and the Global Marketplace. And this book was Amazon bestseller as well as hot number one new release on Amazon. And I want a documentary to be made of this book, The Modern Mughal Mentality. So all those people who are listening, and if you produce documentaries, please contact me at afshan at drafshanhashmi.com. My second book, The Outbreak of a Monstrous Infection, is also an Amazon bestseller, and it's a crime thriller. And I want a web series or a movie or a TV show made out of it, and I've already written the script. And also, this was an Amazon bestseller, and Tailflix has given me a very good review. And you can go to my website www.afshanhashmi.com and you can read about it. So, all those producers, please contact me at afshan at drafshanhashmi.com. And it involves lot of energy and money and time, to produce these kind of shows. So I will really appreciate if you can give me sponsorship, and I will give you a very reasonable rate. And just imagine that in you will be seen by 300 million listeners worldwide, as this show is syndicated worldwide to 300 million listeners. And I can send you the via email the list where this podcast is syndicated or this TV show is syndicated. So you can contact me at afshan at drafshanhashmi.com. Having said that, folks, today we will be diving in the topic of today's discussion is celebrity news and updates. And as I was doing research, it is very hard, to say which celebrity to talk about, and which celebrities news do I want to give on this channel. So a very interesting news came to me from NBC today, and this was Kanye West got new titanium dentures, representative confirms. And this is the news you can see, and I will read little bit about it and then give my thoughts on it. The artist, formerly known as Kanye West, has a new metallic look. A representative of Ye confirmed to today.com that the performer got titanium dentures installed recently by Dr. Thomas Conley, a Beverly Hills, California based dentist. A source close to Ye elaborated that the artist actually got new metal fixed prosthodontics. They are, as the name suggests, fixed and permanent. This goes way beyond veneers or grills, the source added. And this particular implant is quite unlike anything that has been done before. In post to his Instagram stories on January 17, Ye shared a glimpse of his new metallic teeth, and just look how awful they look. The source said the implants are experimental dentistry to say the least and were designed entirely by Ye with the assistance of medical and dental experts, including Dr. Connolly. They were sure to clarify that the singer did not have his teeth removed. The implants are made of titanium and other precious metals, including palladium and platinum, in various places according to the properties required of various elements, the sources said. In another post to his Instagram stories, Ye compared his new look to James Bond henchman Jaws, who appeared in The Spy Who Loved Me and Moonraker and was played by actor Richard Kiel. The total cost of the install is rumored to be around $850,000. Oh my God, what a cost! So now I'll give my thoughts. These look awful, and I wish Kenya West could donate this money to the needy, or give to a foundation where they can distribute it to the needy. He did not have to have this awful look, for $850,000. So this was my thought about it, and now I will be reading another news. Doja Cat's brother allegedly knocked out her teeth, her mother says in restraining order petition. So, this is the news, and this is from NBC News. And here it is. The singer's mother said Doja Cat has experienced physical harm such as teeth being knocked out and bruises and lacerations. The judge partially granted the restraining order to the mother, but it does not include her daughter. Doja Cat was allegedly physically and verbally abused by her older brothers, the singer's mother said in a petition seeking a restraining order. Dobra Sawyer, 62, asked that a judge include Doja Cat in the temporary restraining order against Sawyer's son, Raman Dalithanto Dimini. She wrote in a petition filed Friday in Los Angeles Superior Court that the 28-year-old singer, whose real name is Amala Ratna Zandil Diamini, has experienced physical harm such as teeth being knocked out and bruises and lacerations. Representatives for Doja Cat did not immediately respond to a request for comment on Thursday. Raman has destroyed and stolen property, the petition said. Raman has verbally assaulted her in a very degrading and demeaning manner. Raman has made her feel unsafe and traumatized. A judge partially granted the temporary restraining order Friday pending a January 31 hearing, but stated there was insufficient good cause shown in seeking protection for Doja Cat and the singer could file her own order according to court records. A publicly listed phone number for Raman Diamani was not available. The petition said the Raman Diamani, 30, has allegedly abused his mother 3 to 10 times recently and several times in the past. Sawyer was previously granted a restraining order against him in 2017, according to court records. And this news is from NBC News, and it is very sad when your older brother beats your sister, and I wish he could have some sense and respect his sister. And these were my thoughts. And now let's talk about from this news is from Forbes. Dollar 4.9 billion in new student loan forgiveness approved by Biden. Key details. So this is a very good news because many people have student loans, and it would be so good, if these student loans are forgiven. And here is the news. So let me read it. The Biden administration announced another $4.9 billion in student loan forgiveness today as the Education Department continues to implement targeted debt relief initiatives. The Biden-Harris administration is not going to stop until we have helped all of those harmed by the broken student loan system, said U.S. Undersecretary of Education James Kowal in a statement. Next round of student loan forgiveness through account adjustment. The billions of dollars in student loan forgiveness was approved through the IDR account adjustment. This temporary Biden administration initiative was enacted to remedy historic problems with the administering of two key student loan relief programs, income driven repayment and public service loan forgiveness. Under both programs, borrowers can receive student loan forgiveness on qualifying federal student debt after years of payments. Typically, the time frame for loan forgiveness is 20 or 25 years depending on the specific IDR plan, but it can be as little as 10 years for borrowers who devote their careers to non-profit or government work. The Biden administration has also created a new 10-year student loan forgiveness track under the new SAFE plan for borrowers with low initial balances. Student loan forgiveness, Biden approves another nearly 5 billion in debt relief for 72,000 borrowers. But borrowers have experienced problems with IDR and PSLF since their inception. A lack of clear information, poor loan servicing, and forbearance steering practices resulted in many borrowers paying on their federal student loans for many years only to find out later that they either did not qualify for loan forgiveness or had inadvertently missed a requirement while their balances ballooned. In other cases, borrowers did everything right to receive the relief they were entitled to, but the education department and its network of loan services failed to keep sufficient records. This is so cool, if your student debt loan can be forgiven, and this is a very good initiative. Now let me move to the another celebrity news, and this is from ABC News, and it says Sports Illustrated publisher terminates most of staff in mass layoff, union says. So here is the news, and let me read it. Sports Illustrated employees were notified on Friday that a significant number, if not all, of their jobs were sent to be eliminated, according to a new statement from the Publication Union. The Sports Illustrated Union posted on X this another difficult day in what has been a difficult 4 years for Sports Illustrated under Arena Group, previously the Maven stewardship. We are calling on ABG to ensure the continued publication of SI and allowed it to serve our audience in the way it has nearly for 70 years. Mitch Goldich, a unit chair of the SI union and NFL editor, said in a statement that the union will continue to fight for the publication. We have fought together as a union to maintain the standard of this storied publication that we love and to make sure our workers are treated. Asks us to take that moment to interrogate what. We have fought together as a union to maintain the standard of this storied publication that we love and to make sure our workers are treated fairly for the value they bring to the company. It is a fight we will continue, he said. Sports Illustrated has been owned by Authentic Brands Group since 2019 but sold its publishing rights to the Arena Group. This week, the Arena Group also announced a significant reduction to its workforce of 100 employees. In December 2023, Sports Illustrated CEO Ross Levinson was fired by the Arena Group's board to improve the operational efficiency and revenue of the company. The company said the time Manoj Bhargava was named interim CEO, operations president and COO Andrew Kraft, media president Rob Barrett, and corporate counsel Julie Fenster were also terminated last year. In a statement to ABC News, a spokesperson for the Arena Group said, even though the publishing license has been revoked, we will continue to produce Sports Illustrated until that is resolved. The spokesperson noted that the company in active discussions with ABG, but they aren't the only ones. We hope to be company to take SI forward, but if not, we are confident that someone well, if it is another business, we will support with the transition so the legacy of Sports Illustrated doesn't suffer, the spokesperson said. Sports Illustrated has been a leading voice in sports journalism for 70 years in both print and online. The magazine was developed in 1954 by Time magazine creator Henry Lowes. In 2018, Sports Illustrated was purchased by Maryland Publishing as part of the sale of Time Inc. Less than a year later, the publication was sold to Authentic Brands Group for $110 million. Mark Conrad, director of the Sports Business Consortium and professor of law and ethics at Fordham University's Gabelli School of Business, shared a statement with ABC News on what he says as the slow and long process where the once preeminent journal for sports meets its demise. Sports Illustrated moved from weekly to bi-weekly publication in 2018, and in 2020 it was reduced to monthly issues. This is a sad event for sports journalism because SI was a breeding ground for some of the finest long form writers, sports and otherwise, find in American journalism. Conrad continues. It has devoted from the point for many years, but at a time when sports reporting has seen its share of cutbacks in major daily papers, it is one more step in this process. ABC News has reached out to Authentic Brand Group and Sports Illustrated for comments. So this is a very sad news. I used to read Sports Illustrated, for a very long time, and I wish all these employees who are laid off they get their jobs very soon somewhere else. Having said that, and now let me talk to another celebrity news, and it says Dolly Parton surprises fans with new music to celebrate her 78th birthday. And this is from NBC News. And this is, and I will read this. I have been always be a Dolly Parton fan. Dolly Parton rang in her 70th birthday on Friday by sharing a musical gift with her fans, new songs with the release of her deluxe album. The country legend announced the special release on Instagram, writing, "Hey fans and friends, it's my birthday, so I'm going to give you a present. I'm releasing four never released songs for my birthday to go with the Rockstar album and a few others that you may have heard before that were not on the album," she wrote. "I hope you enjoy them and I hope you all have a happy birthday from me, lol," she continued. "Thanks for everything." And she wrote, Dolly Parton wrote on her social media, "Hey fans and friends, it's my birthday, so I'm going to give you a present. I'm releasing four never released songs for my birthday to go with the Rockstar album and a few others that you may have heard before that were not on the album. I hope you enjoyed them and I hope you all have a happy birthday for me, lol. Thanks for everything, Dolly." Her album Rockstar, the mega star's first rock album, and her 49th solo album were released in November and featured a string of songs and covers with the greatest names in music, including Sting, Stevie Nicks, Joan Jett, and the Black Hearts, her granddaughter Miley Cyrus, Elton John, Paul McCartney and Ringo stars. The deluxe version of the album with 9 fresh tracks was released Friday and includes Hit Me with Your Best Shot, Mama Never Said, and her hit Jolene featuring Italian rock band Skin. Birthday wishes poured in for the beloved singer, including from icon Mick Fleetwood of Fleetwood Mac and supermodel Naomi Campbell. I've been always been a fan of Dolly Parton, and this is a very good news, and I will listen to the album. Now, let's share the last news, and it is for NPR, and it says Alec Baldwin is indicted in fatal shooting of cinematographer after new analysis. And this is the news, and let me read it. A grand jury indicted Alec Baldwin on Friday on an involuntary manslaughter charge in a 2021 fatal shooting during a rehearsal on a movie set in New Mexico, reviving a dormant case against the A-list actor. Special prosecutors brought the case before a grand jury in Santa Fe this week, months after receiving a new analysis of the gun that was used. Baldwin, the lead actor and a crew producer on the Western movie Rush, was pointing a gun at a cinematographer, Helena Hutchins, during a rehearsal on a movie set outside Santa Fe in October 2021 when the gun went off, killing her and wounding director Joel Souza. Baldwin has said he pulled back the hammer but not the trigger and the gun fired. Judges recently agreed to put on hold several civil suits seeking compensation from Baldwin and producers of Rest after prosecutors said they would present charges to a grand jury. Plaintiffs in those suits include members of the film crew. A special prosecutor dismissed an involuntary manslaughter charge against Baldwin in April, saying they were informed the gun might have been modified before the shooting and malfunctioned. They later pivoted and began weighing whether to refile a charge against Baldwin after receiving a new analysis of the gun. The analysis from experts in ballistics and forensic testing relied on replacement parts to reassemble the gun fired by Baldwin after parts of the pistol were broken during testing by the FBI. The report examined the gun and markings is left on a spent cartridge to conclude that the trigger had to have been pulled or depressed. The analysis led by Lucien Hang of Forensic Science Services in Arizona stated that although Baldwin repeatedly denied pulling the trigger, given the test findings and observations reported here, the trigger had to be pulled or depressed sufficiently to release the fully cocked or retracted hammer of the evidence revolver. The weapons supervisor on the movie set, Hannah Godres Reed, has pleaded not guilty to involuntary manslaughter and evidence tampering in the case. Her trial is scheduled to begin in February. Rust Assistant Director and Safety Coordinator David Halls pleaded no contest to unsafe handling of a firearm last March and received a suspended sentence of 6 months of probation. He agreed to cooperate in the investigation of the shooting. An earlier FBI report on the agency's analysis of the gun found that, as is common with firearms of that design, it could go off without pulling the trigger if force was applied to an uncocked hammer, such as by dropping the weapon. The only way the testers could get it off to fire was by striking the gun with a mallet with the hammer was down and resting on the cartridge, or by pulling the trigger while it was fully cocked. The gun eventually broke during testing. The 2021 shooting resulted in a series of civil lawsuits, including wrongful death claims filed by members of Hutchins' family, centered on accusation that the defendants were lax with safety standards. Baldwin and other defendants have disputed those allegations. The Rust movie production company has paid $100,000 fine to state workplace safety regulators after a scathing narrative of failures in violation of standard industry protocols, including testimony that production managers took limited or no action to address two misfires on set before the trial shooting. The filming of Rush resumed last year in Montana under an agreement with the cinematographer's widower, Matthew Hutchins, that made him an executive producer. So this was little bit news, and it's a very sad day that these kind of incidents happen during the film shooting. Everyone should be safe, and no such incidents should take place, and it's very unfortunate that this happened. Having said that, folks, now I want to remind you that these are my two books. The first one is The Modern Mughal Mentality, New Strategies to Succeed in India and the Global Marketplace. And this book was an Amazon bestseller and also hot number one new release on Amazon. And this is available worldwide. So you can go and buy this book from Amazon or other platforms like Barnes and Noble, or any other platform, and this book is available worldwide. And selling of books brings food to the table, so please go and buy this book and give me an honest review. And I want for Modern Mughal Mentality to be made into a movie, to into a documentary. So all those documentary producers, please contact me at Afshan at drafshanhashmi.com. Having said that, my second book, The Outbreak of a Monstrous Infection, and this is the book, it's a crime thriller, and I want a web series or a TV serial or a TV show to be made of this, or a movie to be made of this. And Tailflix has given me a very good review, and please go and read that review on my website www.afshanhashmi.com. And all those producers who make web series, TV serials, or movie, please contact me at Afshan at drafshanhashmi.com. And this show is syndicated worldwide to 300 million listeners, and my docu series is live every other Monday at 6 p.m. US Eastern Time. So, and it will be syndicated to 300 million listeners. So, just imagine, if you give me sponsorship, your products will be shown to 300 million listeners in a very reasonable price. And also, I am in conversation with authors, dignitaries, politicians, celebrities, authors, and business people. So, if you want to be in conversation with me, please contact me at Afshan at drafshanhashmi.com. Having said that, folks, today in Rockville area, in this Washington D.C. Metro area, there was lot of snow. So my question is that what do you do when there is a snowfall of this magnitude? Because of obviously you are stuck at home. So usually what I do to de-stress out, I open the blinds, and see through the snow, and then enjoy it and make a hot uh, coffee, and then drink it and do some cooking and listen to some Bollywood songs. So this is all I do. Do share in comment section that what do you do. Having said that, folks, now cheers and bye bye, and see you in another episode. And please don't forget to buy my books. The first one, The Modern Mughal Mentality, New Strategies to Succeed in India and the Global Marketplace. And the second one is The Outbreak of a Monstrous Infection. And these two books are available worldwide wherever books are sold, including Amazon, Barnes and Noble, and many other platforms. And also give a sponsorship to my docu series, which is syndicated worldwide to 300 million listeners. Having said that, folks, cheers and bye bye, and see you in another episode of Dr. Afshan Hashmi's docu series. Bye bye. And I just love to put scent, and this is D. Joya from Giorgio Armani, and it smells so good. So I'm putting that, and this is a very good scent, and see, it looks so good. Having said that, friends, cheers and bye bye.